is engaged in life has noticed a quickening taking place. In other words, everybody feels like more things are happening in a shorter amount of time. So there's an acceleration, and time is a construct in our mind. There's no circuitry, there's no hardware in our brain to be able to understand time. It's a construct based on our past and how we predict the future. But information is so readily available in our world right now that in an age of information, ignorance is a choice. So you don't need an authority to gain information any longer. You don't need a priest. You don't need a governor. You don't need a doctor. You don't need a teacher. You can access information at your fingertips. So then as you begin to discern the information with discernment, the proper and right information, you begin to develop some type of empowerment, because all of a sudden you're seeing possibilities that you never saw before without that information. So you wake up, you become more aware. So the knowledge creates awareness, awareness creates consciousness, consciousness and energy are connected. So there's a change in energy globally going on with the world. Now that knowledge and that change of energy has effects on paradigms that are no longer a vibrational match with that new level of consciousness. So you see a political systems unraveling. You see economic systems unraveling. They're unspiraling, they're unraveling. They can't sustain themselves with this new energy. You see journalism, the environment, education, religion, medicine. It's all unraveling because something greater has to come as a result of a change in consciousness. Now, no victims here, because when you and I negotiated from a soul level to be here at this time, this is the time we've been waiting for. This is where it's happening in the Milky Way. It's happening here because there's a true coming of a new consciousness. It's not one person that's coming. It's a group, it's a collective consciousness that's emerging. And emergence is one mind, one heart. And the way you control people is you give them misinformation based on emotions. You control people by controlling their emotions. And media and television and advertisement is a great seduction. That people can watch the news and get really angry, then change the channel, and watch a football game and get very excited, then change the channel, and watch a sitcom and laugh, and change the channel and watch a drama, and you can change your emotional state because of technology. So then it means then most people are relying consciously or subconsciously on things outside of them to make them feel a certain way. And yet, because there's such a persistence in this energy, when the feeling goes away from that stimulation, here comes that other feeling again. And the energy is accelerating those feelings. So you can talk about the consciousness of the planet, you can talk about solar flares, coronal ejections, the center of the universe lining up, all these end of a cycle, all of this energy is endorsing who you're being, period. So you want to be a victim? Get ready. The energy is going to support you in that you are going to live it fully. If you're truly engaged in human transformation, and you're truly engaged in opening your heart, truly engaged in the supernatural, the mystical, and you're sincere, that energy is going to thrust you to that outcome, to that end. And so there's this turbulence going on with human beings where we're stuck between two worlds. And there's no relief. You can't get relief from anything. So if you do a drug, if you go to a football game, you go shopping, yeah, the feeling goes away, but when the novelty of that feeling wears off, here comes the old feeling of emptiness and insecurity. And people now are no longer going to church to find the answers, or no longer believing in governments any longer. They're looking for answers that are practical. And so my interest is to provide the proper content of information scientifically to people so that they reason that this is actually possible. Then to give them the opportunity to experience that philosophy and get their behaviors to match their intentions, as many ways as I can. Now, if I do that properly, people are going to have new experiences. Experiences are going to change the circuitry in their brain. Learning makes connections, but experience enriches connections. The end product of an experience is an emotion. So when you start feeling worthy, when you start feeling a love for yourself, when you start feeling a love for life, when you start feeling truly grateful, the moment you feel that emotion, you're teaching your body to understand what your mind has understood. So then if I can break it down so that people understand everything from circuitry to genes to the mind-body connection to the quantum model of reality, and they can really begin to verbalize it. That's the language that they can verbalize it. They're installing the circuitry in their brain for the experience. In other words, the more they understand what they're doing and why, the how will get easier. Now, we only need one person to do it. Only one person to know that it's possible. So I'm in a place in my life where I'm so proud of our community. Because it used to happen here and there, one miracle, another miracle, one healing, another person making a lot of money. But now, I get emails every day. I had 2 emails, 2 people with stage 4 cancer, brain tumors, in 1 week. 50 brain tumors with this one man. 9 tumors in his brain stem. 20 seizures a day. The doctors told him he wouldn't make it through the night 3 times. He just went for his radiological report. I have the report. 49 out of 50 tumors are gone. Now, that's evidence. That's evidence. It's stage 4 cancer. He turned that battleship all the way around. That's evidence. So now what happens is that experience is more accessible in the field. It's a footprint that people can step into. But more importantly, the evidence is in 3D reality. You're sitting there listening to him. He's going to get on the stage in the next event. You're going to see him tell his story. And when I stand behind a person who's on the stage telling their story, I'm watching people crying because their evidence, it's possibility. They're speaking possibility to them. They're the example of truth. They're living truth. They're the living example of possibility. You cannot go back to being the same person again after one of those. Now, it's not happening once, it's not happening twice, it's the 4-minute mile. Once the 4-minute mile is broken, everybody did it. And we are piercing the veil. And it's happening in the quantum, and it's happening in matter. It's happening in this 3-dimensional reality. And there's a momentum taking place. And so this is the time to be alive. This is the time to be here. This is the great moment. Everybody's interested. Everybody's interested in what we're doing because this is the telltale moment. If human beings have what it takes to truly be able to solve the problems that we've created from a limited level of consciousness, from a greater level of consciousness. The answers are all around us. We just got to wake up. Whatever it is, from global warming to politics, monetary systems, it's all there. We just have to emerge as a collective that's connected by the energy of love, of gratitude, of freedom, and to not shrink in fear or hostility or suffering as these changes take place, because now we're at the same vibrational energy that's created them. And so we have to change our attitude and invite these changes and believe that something greater is coming. You see, we are the people that we're waiting for. That's it. We're the people we're waiting for, so why not just wake up? So if I can contribute to that evolution in some way, if me personally, it's not about Joe Dispenza, I have no interest in that. I've given that up a long time ago. What I do have a fundamental interest in is what's possible for human beings, and it should never be about me, it should be about them. because I want them to experience their own empowerment. And you can't tell me you're too old. You can't tell me you're too sick. You can't tell me you're too overweight or underweight or had too tough of a past or your life is too fallen. You can't tell me any of those things any longer. You can't even tell me you don't even meditate. I never meditated before. I've seen every one of those excuses in every different genre experience transformation, which means then nobody is so special to be excluded from this phenomenon. And so I hope that I leave a mark in some way that empower people to no longer believe that they're limited. It's so easy to believe we're limited. Once they realize that they're empowered and they're unlimited, get out of the way. And if they're tempering those emotions and they're overcoming those addictions to those emotions, they'll see the hidden meaning behind all things. They won't necessarily believe everything they're seeing on the news. They'll see it the way it really is because they're no longer controlled by those emotions. They're at a greater level of energy. And emotions are energy. And nobody changes until they change their energy. And when you change your energy, you change something in your life. It's the law. So people are doing it. We're at the point where they're doing it, and some of them are becoming it. And when you become it, no one can take it away from you. It's yours. And so we lead by example through this process.
We are continuing with our daily practice of completing the inspiring quotes. In the previous video, we were looking for two words of Joe Dispenza's quote. The quote goes like this: "The hormones of stress cause us to believe that the outer world is more real than the," and the correct answer is inner world. So, the hormones of stress cause us to believe that the outer world is more real than the inner world. Congratulations to everyone with the correct answer. Since I know you love Dr. Joe Dispenza, today's quote is also from Joe Dispenza. The last time many of you knew the right answer. Today's quote also shouldn't be difficult to guess. We'll see. We are looking for two words, so the quote goes like this: "Nerve cells that fire together." Write your answers in the comments below the video and tell me if you love this video and our new way of ending the videos. If you like this video, give your thumbs up and share it with your friends. Even if you're not sure what the correct answer is, try and guess. The first one with the correct answer is the winner. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button and don't miss any of the new videos and new challenges. If you really like what we do here and want to support us, you can join our channel and our community for a symbolic fee and get many other additional features. You can do that by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or you can click on the link in the description of this